You're listening to the Manifesting Guide with Aryana Rollins. I'm glad you're here. But just before we begin, if you'd like to release the blocks to making more money, you can find it at Cracking the Code to Making More Money at highertrueself.com/freebies. It's yours to enjoy for free. Now, on to the show. Vision boards. Do they help or do they hurt? This is episode 38 of Manifesting Guide, where we're going to talk about the vision board trap. I've done them several times. I remember one in particular was fabulous because the coach at the time guided me to uncover the soul of my business. And I was not to use any words on it, just images. And then we would kind of like a psychological Rorschach test. I know I'm saying it wrong. That we could analyze it. Well, that's a little different than how a lot of vision boards are used, right? I've done them, putting the car that I wanted, the home that I wanted, the lifestyle I wanted, maybe an airplane, travel, representing it, and on. Maybe some pictures of loved ones that I wasn't living around and I'd love to live around. Like I had my son on the vision board. Now, while it was so much fun to create it, what I did not realize is that those images are triggers, right? Well, we think, yeah, they're triggering us for what we want. Listen, I'm going to go into in just a moment about how that traps your unconscious. This is Aryana. Thanks so much for being here. So the vision board trap, every time you see it, it's a constant reminder of what you don't have. It's a constant reminder of lack at the level of your unconscious. What do I mean by that? Well, I see our body as the storehouse of our unconscious mind, and that's all our experiences, everything we've ever learned, every movie we've watched, every experience, every relationship, every job, everything is stored in the unconscious. Your unconscious, while it may look like it's just a simple passive hard drive, it's not. It's very adaptable, this hard drive. You can put in new instructions or you can put in a new perception of something that happened. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let me go back just a moment, winding back. So if your unconscious is a storehouse of everything that's ever happened to you, all your experiences, it's also a place where you have your desires. So your conscious mind, rational mind, comes up with, I'd really like a new car. Boy, my car is 11 years old and it's going great, but I'd feel so abundant with a new car. So you put that new car image on your vision board. Every time you get in your old car, even though it's working well, you're like, oh gosh, this car's so old. Oh my gosh, it's going to start to have problems. What if I take a long road trip and then it breaks down in the middle of the road? What am I going to do? And I know I got to change the brakes and then tires. You see where I'm getting at? Now, you might say, yeah, those thoughts would be there anyway, but would they? You have already invested part of your unconscious. I will say you're manifesting power in that new car. So you've taken energy away from your current car. I'll explain. It's like, yeah, this is actually not a bad analogy. Say you're in a relationship and some of the passion is gone and it's just very comfortable, very easy, but you're longing for a little bit of that passion that it was like in the beginning. So you're at work one day, a colleague asks you out for lunch and you're like, oh yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, I don't want to eat alone today. And you notice this passion starting to rise in you. Well, most females know this. I don't know if men are as aware of it, but they know when their husband is investing energy in another relationship, in another woman. So what happens is the energy that normally would be going into the marriage has started to go into this colleague. Now, I'm not even saying anything happened, but there's the imaginary worlds in the mind. Oh, I wonder what that would be like. Oh, I wonder if she's really interested in me. Huh. And then if you allow that, you give it more energy, more time, more emotion, it starts to grow into a desire. So now your unconscious is fueling this imaginary experience of what it would be like to be in a relationship with the work colleague. And again, not to say that that person had any intention. Could just be, hey, they want to talk about a project with you. But you see how the energy from fueling and maintaining and nurturing the current marriage has now gone to another potential partnership. Let's talk about the car. So now you've got a wonderful, bright, shiny car, maybe your dream car, on your vision board. You get in your car and it doesn't measure up, right? It's a little dirty around the edges, needs to be vacuumed inside, and maybe the headlights aren't as bright as they used to be, and you start beating. You really do. We do this. We start beating our car up. Now that car, we're not going to say it's like a human or an animal in terms of has consciousness, but I think there is something there. I think there is I don't know how to describe it yet. It's like it's aware how we feel about it. So now we're in the car, we're beating the car up. I'm not saying we're going to cause, a car technical malfunction, but you're getting the idea, right? We feel when someone's not invested in us. We do. We feel when someone's unhappy with us. Most people do. Do you think the car might feel it? Maybe, maybe not. But here's the point, is you have energy that you can use to channel towards what you want. So if it's a new car, great. But make it real, make it vivid. Do the work of manifesting that new car. It's a wonderful process I really like. It's called it's in the Mindful Manifesting Program. It's called the Basic Achiever Process. And this is something where you set a target, you give your unconscious clear direction, exactly what you want, maybe even down to the color of the car, and you manifest it within 30 to 40 days. Now, it can't be too difficult. On a 1 to 10 scale, 10 being supremely difficult, like it's almost impossible, you can't imagine it. A 1, easy peasy, not difficult at all. It's got to be around a 5 or less if you're going to do the basic achiever. Okay, so that is giving clear instructions to your unconscious in a way that's not beating up your current car. You are just focusing in a clear way, communicating to your unconscious, this is the kind of car. Please make it happen in ways that are for the highest good of me and of all involved. Catch that? The specific language that when you're working with the unconscious mind to help you manifest, that's so, so very important. And rarely do I see people addressing it. And the language is, please make this happen in ways that are for the highest good of me and of all involved. And you can even put in there something like in right timing and right action. I don't mean to get into so much detail, but I wanted to alert you to the risks of using things as simple and fun and light as a vision board. Okay, so back to the vision board trap. So it's a reminder of lack. At the unconscious level, it says, this hasn't happened yet. This hasn't shown up yet. And so we're looking at it, our current life circumstance, and not so happy. We've all been there, especially when it's something meaningful that we want to happen. And it's not there. We're checking the bank account to see if the client made their first payment, Or we are checking, we've listed something for sale and how many people are bidding on it. If you're, I don't know, eBay just came to mind, right? And so we're looking and we're checking how we're getting on. Are we going to be successful? Again, that triggers to your unconscious mind that, one, it's not happened yet, and two, doubt. Doubt is a serious form of resistance to what you really want, because you're doubting that it's going to happen. And doubt is like putting the brakes on. So you're zooming along with your wonderful imaginary experience and what you want to manifest. And then all of a sudden you're looking at there's no bids on my auction. That's a silly lightweight one, but you get the idea. And then it's screech, the brakes are on. You're in doubt mode now. So what do? Is there a place for vision boards? I don't know, maybe that exercise from the coach, The Soul of My Business, was interesting, but she was using it. She was highly intuitive, and she would read it. She had me send it to her. So it was a little bit more of a psychological test, but it wasn't coming from a place of lack. It wasn't that this is where I wanted to be. It was feeling into the expression of my work. So vision boards as a trap. I don't know. I would really reconsider the whole notion. We have enough in our life, enough circumstances and things that disappoint us, that we don't need a visual reminder of it. We don't need more evidence that we're not there yet. We don't need more reasons to beat ourselves up. Thanks so much for listening. Hey, if you've enjoyed the episode, please leave a review on podchaser.com. And if you're done with pushing and forcing yourself to get things done without results, come find your Manifest Without Force or Frustration gift at highertrueself.com. It's completely free. Remember, self-confirmation frees you to be yourself. Thanks for listening.